Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. We have some wild weather and wet weather heading our way, much needed rainfall, and even rumbles of thunder working their way through. Could we see a severe thunderstorm in the Dakotas? I'm saying there's a chance. I'll have details in this update coming up right now. Bring your questions. It's Hutch's weather.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, moments ago, I posted a nice little radar update for you. And if you didn't see that, we do have some heavy showers of rain out of the Black Hills, pushing into the central part of the state, Pierre and point south. Now, I just want to explain a little something to you about a low pressure system right here. We have a warm front on this side of it. Now, warm front, well, along a warm front, we can get a little bit of extra spin in the atmosphere. I'll show you what we're talking about here in just a minute, but there's a chance for one of these storms down on the southern side as it works its way up to the north and east tonight to be strong to maybe even severe. There's just an elbow, a click in my elbow that says we'll keep watching these. And that's what we'll do. We have rain showers northeast Montana moving through Dickinson. And look at the heavy stuff moving its way through parts of western parts of South Dakota right now. So west of Mobridge on towards Lemon, Hettinger, all the way up into the Grant County area for Elgin, New Leipzig, Mott, Hazelton, and even the New England area and down south of Dickinson there, not far from South Hart. Have a little bit of green showing up on the radar up here near the Grand Forks area as well. If you do have a question, let me know what that is. We'll go over that. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with regards to the forecast as we see this shower and thunderstorm activity out to the west of us. Look at just north of Winter. Look just south of what's going on in the Pierre area. Thunderstorms moving in towards Pierre. And this is at Missouri River Valley, and it's along that warm front that we're talking about. This little blue box here is not for a severe storm. It's for a thunderstorm that the National Weather Service says could produce some gusty winds. And their statement on that says 55-mile-per-hour gusts are possible out of that storm as it burps its way through. Moving to the north and east, it's moving at 41 miles per hour at this particular area, and it's moving off towards the Fort Thompson area. So now let's take a look at the forecast real quickly, and then we'll take a look at some of the thermodynamic activity that's going on and the atmospheric motions and dynamics that are going to bring us a little bit of a chance for some spin in the atmosphere. Not to be alarmed by any stretch of the imagination, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear rumbles of maybe some sort of a sighting of something interesting as we make our way through the evening hours. Here's a quick look at that hour-by-hour forecast. We're going to go to a model that is a convection allowing model. So it's very good at the high level it's updated frequently, but it's also got a finer grid so it can get to the detail where thunderstorms may form and where they're less likely. Now, they're not always correct exactly pinpointing a thunderstorm, but this model here is showing the thunderstorms moving through the western Dakotas as we go through the evening, so it's off to a pretty good start. Now, as we go in towards the 10 o'clock time frame, so that's going to be closer to about 3Z. There it is. So as we go towards 10 o'clock, showers and thunderstorms will work their way Bismarck, points south and east. We're talking Ellendale. We're talking, you folks in Wishick and Ashley and on out into northeast South Dakota, not far from Watertown. Now, these storms here, again, not going to be widespread severe, but there could be some heavy rain, gusty straight line winds, and I can't rule out some spin in the atmosphere that we'll detail just a little bit later. Heading in the overnight hours, we're going to lose some of that energy for the lift in the storms as we work our way through, but the rain showers will continue to drift our way. Chances in Fargo of rain will increase after midnight and as we go through the overnight hours. Same thing for Lakes Country and Grand Forks and northern parts of Minnesota. Your turn won't come till much later, if at all. Now, here is daybreak time as we go into that 7 o'clock time frame, heading to work, heading to school, and the rain showers will be all but gone in Fargo. We'll be on the warm side of the warm front. See the red line down here? That means temperatures will be on the up and up in our southern counties and in southern Minnesota. Meanwhile, look at what's going on out here in parts of Estevan, north of Estevan, west of Brandon, Manitoba. That's blue, that's snow, that's cold air wrapping around the backside of the system, and that's not always too fun to experience. So keep that in mind. Now, as we set this into motion then into the evening hours, heading through the morning, look at this. By the time you go to lunchtime, our international border counties will have a shot, but it's going to be light rain. Look what's going on here. This is a cold front that will be moving south. Will it bring snow? And the answer to that is no. Most of that energy stays up north, but there could be, as cold air clashes up against some milder air down to the south, a chance for a couple of isolated thunder showers in our areas of northern North Dakota, and that's it. This system sits here and spins, and it will slowly exit off to the east, bringing north winds and cooler weather as we head into your Wednesday. So that's a look at that. Now let's take a look at a parameter in the atmosphere. We'll look at a couple of different parameters. It's just kind of interesting as a meteorologist. I'm kind of just, I get skippy about stuff like this and excited. Let's look at the energy in the atmosphere. It's called convective atmospheric potential energy. And we'll look at some areas where there is some energy to create thunderstorms. So if you're ready, we'll sneak on over there. I'm finally ready. Thank you for waiting and being patient. Now, here we go. This is a look at some model guidance. And what we're going to see is some shades of green and yellow. Now, if we look in the south where we've already had plenty of severe weather, there's a highlight, a bullseye of energy in the atmosphere not far from Tulsa as we go through our afternoon today. Now, as we load this up, you'll see that that energy moves its way through and across the map. So it's building, 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 peaking as we go into the day tomorrow. So energy increasing in eastern Oklahoma tomorrow. What about our area? So we're just seeing some light greens shading through. We're not talking about violent thunderstorms here at all, but rumbles of thunder are kind of fun to hear this time of year. So here we go as we set this back into motion again as we go through the evening hours. And well, let me see, what are we looking at here? Let's go back in time. Most of the thunderstorms now working their way out of Rapid City are moving in towards Pierre. There's still some lift in the atmosphere as we go into the evening hours tonight. Not going to see too much of a chance of it, but the lift and the energy in the atmosphere moves into western Iowa and eastern Nebraska once again, and southern Minnesota as we go into the morning hours. Then it really dissipates as we head towards daybreak. So for tonight, there is some lift in the atmosphere. That means we could hear, a rumble of thunder as these showers and storms move through. Meanwhile, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in northern and central parts of Nebraska from this activity that's going on now. Now what we're going to look at is another parameter in the atmosphere that looks at some spin. So there are ingredients that we need to make tacos. There's ingredients that you need to make lutefisk. And there's ingredients that meteorologists look for when it comes to tornadic potential. And so that we're going to look at this tornado parameter as we load it up. And we're not going to see anything too surprising in our area. Just so you can see over the next 24 hours, we see some gray wafting over parts of Oklahoma and Kansas as this storm system evolves into the day tomorrow. So not a lot of energy here, but what you're going to notice is a little plume or poof of spin in the atmosphere moving out of this area right now, the Pierre area, and up towards Watertown tonight. Does that mean Hutch expects violent tornadoes or tornadoes at all? No, absolutely not. But there's some spin in the atmosphere, and we do have a little bit of lift tonight. So it's getting to be that time of year, and Hutch's radar is peaked, if you will, continuing to watch. Nathan, good to have you on board. Thanks for watching. And you can always drop a question right here. So now let's take a look at your forecast as we go through the evening hours as we head into the night tonight. The showers and thunderstorms, as we showed you, will increase their potential as we go after midnight in Fargo. So get out and enjoy these lovely temperatures we have right now. Showers of rain in the morning will stretch from the Bottineau area right down into the central Red River Valley, likely between Grand Forks and Fargo, lifting to the north and east. And southeast winds will bolster the warm temperatures in the south. Rain showers will continue to move north as we go through the day. Here is then a look at the position of a snapshot of the radar in the morning on your Tuesday. Then for the afternoon, I anticipate temperatures kissing 60 degrees in Fargo, 61 degrees in Wadena rather. And in Otter Tail County, particularly the southern portion, Fergus Falls and down towards Henning, you folks will expect some temperatures to be pretty nice down there for Battle Lake, maybe even 63 degrees. Look at the Twin Cities in the 70s there, but cold enough for flakes of snow at the top of the graphic here west of Brandon, Manitoba, north of Estevan, and temperatures only in the near 40 to 45 degree range in the afternoon for the oil patch. Williston, look at Minot, 46, 62 in Bismarck, but only 55 for your neighbors to the west in the in the Dickinson area out there. Now, as we take a look at the snapshot of the radar, most of the rain showers will be near the international border and lifting off to the north. And again, that warmer air punching its way northward as we go through your afternoon. How much rain are we expecting? Well, let's just look at this. I've highlighted some areas in black here, and inside that there is a very good chance at a tenth to a half of an inch of rain. I'll say that again. There is a very good chance at a tenth to a half of an inch of rain for many in this area that I've highlighted, just outside of Fargo-Moorhead, not far from Grand Forks, though. You're in that. Now, in this area, we could see some isolated locations picking up an inch or more of rain from the activity moving through the central Dakotas. Now that kind of works its way north and east as we go through the evening hours. I do believe there'll be some rain showers, but it's likely going to be a tenth of an inch or less for northwest parts of Minnesota. So we'll call it a trace to up to about a tenth of an inch where you see the northern Minnesota counties. But eastern Montana and the I-94 corridor from Glendive through Miles City, a shot at some good moisture, and north of the oil patch up there in the Bakken, expecting a chance for some areas to get some healthy moisture from this particular storm system. Now, as we take a look at the rest of the week, we enjoy temperatures near 60 all the way through Thursday, which will be our next chance of some sprinkles of rain. Doesn't look too heavy at this particular time. Then as we go into the upcoming weekend, check it out. Spiffy weather indeed in the forecast for Saturday. As temperatures climb into the mid 60s, we stay there for Sunday. There's going to be spotty thunderstorms here and there Saturday night. Sunday, a chance for some scattered storms, a few more of us with a chance. And look at that 71 fun with scattered thunder next Monday, the 28th. So that's a look at your weather forecast. And I do want to take a minute to thank everybody for checking out hutchesweather.com. It's a great place for you to check out the latest weather information and upload your photos. And I do want to point this out. One of you, look at this. Woo! Those are northern lights out there as we take a peek at the view that we saw in the Bemidji area. I got to thank Heidi for taking the time to send these. And basically, she's stating here that the clouds finally parted enough to see the colors in the atmosphere there. That was awesome. Thanks for sharing that photo. And again, the northern lights have been spectacular, but we've had some cloudier weather as of late. So that's a great spot for you to share what you're seeing out there on Hutch's Weather. For now, we have wet roads showing up out in western North Dakota. Here's a look at the DOT cameras out there, and things are definitely soggy out where the radar shows them. So as we look into the Dickinson area, yep, there's raindrops on the lens out there. Go north up into the oil patch. Here's Williston, and yep, we got raindrops there. Good old-fashioned, much-needed rain. How about way up to the north? Is it snowing? Nope. And in fact, there's not much in the rainfall activity wetting the streets in Fortuna, so it's not making its way all the way up to the border. Now, there were some heavier showers of rain south and west of the Bismarck area as well. And let's take a look out towards Hettinger. And this is a look at Reeder. And we definitely, oh wow, look at that. Even green on the side of the road there as the showers of rain are really adding benefit to spring going on out there. Here's Mott, here's Regent. Let's go into that area as we take a look, and those rain showers are working their ways to the area. You can see them over the bluffs out here as we head into the evening hours. So rain is on the way. Now let's take a quick peek at South Dakota, because there are some thunderstorms not far from the Pierre area, and it does look like we'll have a chance for some of those to drift their way to the north and east. So here's a look at the Pierre area as we look off from the west, and oh my goodness, what a great shot at this. This stuff you see drifting out of the clouds, that's called virga. So where you can see the light coming through the raindrops, that's moisture that's evaporating before it reaches the dry ground. And the drier the air is near the ground, well, the better chance it does have to evaporate. But where you don't see light coming in between the cloud and the ground, that's a good old-fashioned rain shower that's heading in that general direction of Blunt out there, just off to the east of you folks in Pierre. So as we take a look at the Pierre area from the western side, now let's go ahead and take a look at that. That's where the thunder showers have moved through. We do have some wet roads. We have some green vegetation out there as spring is in full swing out in that neck of the woods. So some much needed rain heading along the way. If you do have shots, take photographs of your rain gauges or whatever and share them on hutchesweather.com anytime, anywhere. I'll be back with updates right here. You're watching Hutch's Weather. Follow me on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, but most importantly, enjoy the rest of your Monday.